everyone, and welcome back to Frequency Writer, Color the Magic, and Whole Soul Mastery. I'm Marie Mohler, and I'm an author, an intuitive, and a scribe or frequency writer of inspired messages to empower you in your ascension journey or in your transformation journey in these times of epic change on the planet. And here we are, well into August 2024, and we're just about to go through the Lionsgate portal on the 8/8 Lionsgate. There's powerful energy streaming through. There's some storms in different parts of the world. There's definitely some storm activity creeping up the East Coast, and we're expecting some rains and some weather from that. And so let's talk about grounding in the storms. Let's talk about co-creating, quantumly co-creating with source, because that's always, always, always where our greatest protection, our greatest grounding, and our greatest insights will come from, is when we actually access, we vibrationally raise our frequencies to create at that level. And when we're creating and exploring and engaging in these higher dimensional frequencies, in my opinion, that is a natural protection against the lower forms of frequency and the greater density that is also cycling and coming to the surface in many areas on the planet as well. So let's take a step into that big picture review, into this new format that I have prepared for you. And one last thing before we go to the big picture review, I was feeling the essence of Color the Magic. I've got a song. I'm starting to create some songs that could be a possible theme song for my Color the Magic musical. And I was feeling the energy of coloring the magic, and I pulled out this shirt made by a good friend of mine, Carl. If you're watching, I love your work. I love the colors. I love the designs that you do. This is one of his shirts that he made for me. Actually, specifically, I had given him some parameters and he created this shirt. His name is Mr. Tie-Dye on the World Wide Web. You can check out his amazing artwork and his offerings there. And I'm so grateful, Carl, that you spread your light in the world in the ways that you do. And you teach people how to create this colorful artwork on YouTube and on social media as well. So without further ado, let's bring this color of magic into the messages today. Let's take a look at this big picture review. We're going to spotlight a few topics. We're going to talk about a few things, and then I have some music for you towards the end. So thank you for joining me. I appreciate those who are staying with me through the changes on Color the Magic, and there's a lot more to create because we are quantum creators in this time of multidimensional shifts. So here we are, and it's not July, even though it says so on my screen. I didn't change the month. It's August 2024. We are honoring the call to adventure. We are reviewing the power of our perceptions, and we are fortifying ourselves with music and nature and other higher vibrational tools. And I would say that Color the Magic and Whole Soul Mastery and the many places that you might journey, and you find me on the web and different social media platforms, including Whole Soul School and Foundation, these are higher vibrational tools for shifting times, right? And so let's talk a little bit more about that hero's journey, that call to adventure. And I really want to spotlight the power of perceptions today. So here we are in August 2024. We know that there are themes all across this planet of change and storms and shifts and quantum leaping. All are key aspects of the changes right now. All are key aspects of the journey right now. And all are key aspects of the hero's journey right now, right? That's why it's coming up in conversation with you. We're entering into more of these stages and phases of the hero's journey. And it's not always a linear progression, right? I mean, maybe the early stages of answering the call to adventure, but then we might cycle through some of the different stages, or we might take a couple steps back and then keep going. So we are in a grand or quantum or cosmic hero's journey right now, because this is a timeline of all timelines where an old agent cycle is closing out and the new agent cycle is rising and emerging. How and where? Through us, through our consciousness. We are the conduits of this new creation. When we partner with Source at the precipice of that kind of and that level of creation, greatness is what manifests, right? And that's what we want to be doing, is finding our way to align ourselves to create at this level in this way, so that we can experience more joy as more of the old systems are crumbling. We don't have to go down with the ship that's crumbling and failing. We can rise into the true nature of God's creation and the divine blueprint and embrace all that that has for us. So for many years on this channel on YouTube, I have spoken about the grand theater, living in the in between times, moving beyond the precipice, right? We got ourselves to the precipice and then we had to move further beyond the precipice, which was really taking a leap of faith onto those stones in the fog or the stones in the mist and begin to quantumly co-create with source. We've been called to witness the darkness of the serpent's corruption and propaganda and bag of tricks, right? And to empower the light by rising and exploring and spiritually sleuthing and embracing the God timeline and the energies of the Garden of Eden. We are also seeing, well, we have all that language from a more spiritual sense. It's actually starting to manifest in the world around us, right? We see banks struggling and wobbling, and markets are shaking. And we've had days where there were significant drops in the markets. There are old systems that are crumbling. All kinds of systems are starting to fail from the inside out. That's how God does it, right? Not just like the superficial failing where they can rebuild, but failing at the core to never rebuild again. And so, with higher vibrational lenses, we could see these old systems that are crumbling and the markets that are shaking and the banks that are wobbling and struggling and different systems that are struggling and sputtering right now. And we know that the movie of the Great Awakening is playing. It's playing out, it's unfolding. And if you know that it's a movie and it is that grand theater, the more you put your conscious attention on the new that is being built, right? The new systems that are forthcoming, that are emerging out of those mists, those stones in the fog that some of us entered, right? And more of us are invited to step onto. The call to adventure in the hero's journey is continuously sounding, right? God is ringing those bells, and we get to decide, are we going to answer the call? Are we going to respond to the sound of the bells that we know is ringing our name? Are we listening is a good question. How do you hear the call? Are you hearing the call? If you're not hearing the call, what might the call be? What call am I talking about? We'll talk about the hero's journey call to adventure. But I believe this time in the Great Awakening, we're answering this call of the soul. We're answering this call to our authenticity. Our authenticity is one of the highest vibrations that we can emit in our fields. We might think it's love or trust or faith. It's probably lots of things. But authenticity and alignment with your soul's purpose and your soul's gifts, now that's a high vibration. So, are we answering the call to align in this way? Are we answering the call to be an authentic version of ourselves? And how do we respond and engage that call? These are questions we want to be asking ourselves, because inside ourselves is where the answers are, right? Carl didn't really, I mean, he asked what I might have wanted for this t shirt as an example, but Carl went inside himself to create this work of art that is this t-shirt that I'm wearing now, to express the colors the way he saw them. And I love that about artists and creators, right? They're answering an inner call, they're answering an inner inspiration, they're getting an inner download or guidance, so to speak, right? To manifest and create in the ways that touch the world, that like touch whole cultures and civilizations. That's what artists have done through the centuries, if they're allowed to do what artists are meant to do. That's also been a bit squashed and censored as well. But all of that is going to continuously be lifting, because we are in this time of the Great Awakening, and nothing is going to stop the awakening unfolding. Nothing's going to stop this impulse towards unity that's unfolding. And nothing's going to stop this impulse towards creative self-expression and authenticity that is also unfolding. So as we tune in within ourselves, right, for the answers, less so to a channel or an authority outside yourself, we can listen to other people's inspirations and offerings, but we really want to be consulting in here. So what is seeking to emerge in you? What is your heart saying to you? What is its message for you right now? If you got a message a month ago or a week ago or a day ago, but things have changed in your life, you might want to ask the question again, because you might get a different answer about what is seeking to emerge in you. We are constantly being upgraded in this time of revelations and this time of the Great Awakening. Here's another question. What areas of actionable preparations need your attention and fortification? What areas of actionable preparations need your attention and fortification? Feel into that and see what wants to come forward. As we know, we're in this time of the grand shift of the ages. That might be some food prep. That might be some storm prep. I know people on the East Coast are probably preparing for the storm. I see people, I'm in North Carolina, sharing on listservs that I participate, like, how they're getting ready for the storm. We have a little bit of advanced warning. And that's true of our arcs. We've been getting warnings that there are changes and we can expect the unexpected. This is all part of these times. So we want to be tuning in to ourselves. What areas of actionable preparations need our attention, our fortification, and our action steps, our engagement? And then here's another question. What areas of inward preparation need your attention, your nurturing, and your fortification now? What do you need to do to be inwardly preparing, right? Is that spend time with a favorite crystal? Is that journal in your notebook? Is that spend time in nature? Is that putting on music and dancing your heart's and soul's self expression, right? Is it choosing which colors you're going to wear for a given day and that you're going to wear color frequencies that are going to support your best to speak forth and move forth and create forth in these times. So I think this is still a time of preparation. We've been covering that topic extensively on this channel for many years, but we are at the time to sort of, as they do in the hero's journey at one of the particular stages, I think it's like entering the inmost cave, where I think you're like double checking your backpack and you're double checking all your supplies and you're checking your food, and your rations, or anything else. If knives or swords in this example, this metaphor, need to be sharpened, that hero is going through in all those checkpoints and checking to see, yep, check, check, check. So we want to have those actionable preparations on the exterior of ourselves, like in the world and in our homes and with our families, those resources that we may need. And then we're going through this time of this inward check-in of our preparations and making sure that we're making time for stillness and prayer and connection with God, source, and conscious breathing and all those things, right? Very powerful, very important in the big picture review, because we are in the in-between times, but the in-between times are actually activating at a higher level. And some of you I know are seeing this. Okay, so here we are in the Can We Talk portion of our conversation today. We continue to cover and to share about the whole iceberg living. It's like the whole enchilada, right? It's like this macro vision, this big picture vision, and recognizing that we may have been living from the very tippy tip of the iceberg, right? But now there's the whole iceberg. So anything that's been stored in your DNA, anything that's been stored in your body that also is your unconscious mind, anything, any traumas, any difficulties, any unresolved conflicts, any gifts and talents, all of the greatness of you, your higher dimensional soul skills are also in that iceberg with you. As you are it. So, as we're talking about whole iceberg living, and as I spotlight the lessons and gifts of the hero's journey in the remainder of 2024, and now more particularly right now, August, I am called to reflect on the call to adventure, which is actually step 2 of the hero's journey. We're going to review that in a few minutes. And in living more of this awareness and my own experiences with rising and creating beyond the 3D matrix and the types of 3D snafus that matrix would like to entangle us with, there's this theme of perception that keeps coming to my heart and my mind, and I'm bringing it into the conversation today. To even see or hear the call of the hero's journey and to really hear the call to adventure, step 2, we must vibrationally be willing to perceive at a new level, to sense in new ways, to explore with greater courage and commitment. For this stage is the beginning of change on a level that will shake the foundations of our ordinary world. What is ascension? It is shaking the foundations of the illusion that we've colluded with all this time. So this stage 2, the call to adventure, is the beginning of change on a new level that's going to shake the foundations of the ordinary world, our ordinary world, our world of the familiar and what we think is known. And it's going to lead us to expansion and the self discovery that we all are craving in a whole new way. So, I am going to be sharing some insights today about courage and self compassion. Very important, that self compassion, the discomfort that accompanies the call to adventure. Sometimes it's not always a comfortable choice to step on that path. The fortitude we all have within, we all have everything we need inside us. The gears might be rusty, but we need to reconnect with that. And the power of perception we each have to affect a positive or negative experience in our journey as we continue to move forward, as we continue to rise higher, and as we leave the old 3D paradigm and its patterning and the incarcerating ways of being, those incarcerating thoughts that just circle and cycle again and again, not just throughout your day and not just throughout a decade or a lifetime, but for lifetimes. It's been a long time of the circulation of those stories about you that may, in fact, not be true about the divinity that you are. And the hero's journey also sets about discovering that. So here we are doing this review, engaging this conversation again, taking it to another level today. I showed this the last time. I'm not going to read all the text here on the screen, but I just want to spotlight again that change, that can be an acronym that stands for these words: compassion, healing, awareness, nurturing ourselves, growth, personal growth and transformation, and personal empowerment. So within the energies of change, we spotlighted this. And anybody who wants to come back, you're welcome to come back to the screen. You could take a screenshot and really spend some time with each one of those essences, right? Compassion, healing, awareness, nurturing, growth, and personal empowerment. And with that said, I couldn't find any quotes that I wanted to read and share with you related to the messages today. So I went in search of some quotes. And of course, I came upon three of them, three really good ones from Joseph Campbell about the hero's journey and more specifically about the call. I love this image of this person. She's got like the whole world is laid out in front of her, right? And she's listening within to the call to adventure. She's got her bag packed, she's ready. And this is what Joseph Campbell says: the hero's journey always begins with the call. One way or another, a guide must come to say, "Look, you are in Sleepyland. Wake, come on a trip. There is a whole aspect of your consciousness, your being, that's not been touched. So you're at home here in the ordinary world where you're familiar and everything feels safe, or you think it feels safe. Well, there's not enough of you there. And so it starts." Brilliant quote from Joseph Campbell, right? We have to have a mentor that initiates some kind of a call that invites us to go on a journey. You've been in Sleepyland. It's time to wake up and come on a trip. There's this whole aspect of your consciousness, your being, that you haven't accessed yet. So even though you think you're at home in the ordinary world, there's so much more you have in store inside you. The greatness of you wants to emerge, but you have to go on the journey, right? Okay, here we are. We've got another traveler hiking up those mountains. It's that metaphor of like we've got quite a journey ahead, right? And Joseph Campbell says this: what I think is that a good life is one hero's journey after another. Over and over again, you are called to the realm of adventure. You are called to new horizons. Each time there is the same problem: do I dare? And then if you do dare, the dangers are there and the help is also, and the fulfillment or the fiasco. Interesting polarity right there, right? The fulfillment or the fiasco. There's always the possibility of fiasco, but there's also the possibility of bliss. And that is what beckons that hero to step on the path, to step into the journey, right? When you've outgrown those old clothes, that old costume in the 3D matrix, we must step beyond it. We must step beyond what's been comfortable, because what was comfortable is becoming uncomfortable. There's discomfort in the comfort if we would allow ourselves to feel that in some of the aspects of our life that are speaking to us, if we open to the possibilities of what our inmost self wants to communicate with us, a craving to go on this adventure and to expand and to access what the colors of magic in our own lives. To me, that is such a powerful invitation. And then this third invitation from Joseph Campbell, or this affirmation or this awareness, is that every hero must have the courage to be alone, to take the journey for himself. My journey is not for you. Your journey is not for me. We each have unique things that we are learning, that we're discovering, that we're expanding, that we're calling out from lifetimes and dimensions of experiences. We have to have the courage to enter that inner space, that inmost space inside ourselves. And the first steps are to acknowledge the ordinary world that we've been in and to take the steps down the path to answer the call to something more, to answer that call to adventure. We are in a grand adventure of a lifetime. We are in process in the Great Awakening on this planet. Many stages have been set. Many unfoldments are happening. Many aspects of the build of this new Earth experience are being put into place. It's not that it's just beginning to happen, it's that we are somewhere in the hero's journey, or if we've already been around that story arc, we're coming around again for another story arc. So we must have the courage to continue to go to the next level to keep rising. I love that image on the screen of that traveler. Isn't that beautiful with the golden light? So this slide we reviewed more extensively in the last video in July, but here we are. It's just on the screen for a quick review. The stages of the hero's journey can be broken down into a parable of three stages where they cluster them up a bit. There's the initiation, and then the journey, and then the return. And there's some very identifiable stages in each one of those bigger stages. So the call to adventure is part of the initiation, and that's what we're going to be focusing on today. But any of you listening to this could be experiencing different aspects of the hero's journey. It's not necessarily going to progress in a linear way. It's great to have a language when things like this are happening to you or in your life, and you notice these things, because there is a much bigger universal journey that we're all on. We're all somewhere in this journey, and this parable and this way of understanding it and looking at it, I don't know, it helps me to have a language for things that are happening, and maybe it'll help you too. So again, here are the 12 stages of the hero's journey as identified by Joseph Campbell, and I'll just say them quickly without giving a whole description, but the description is on the screen. We have step 1, or stage 1, is the ordinary world. We have the call to adventure, number 2, 3, refusal of the call, 4, meeting the mentor, 5, crossing the threshold, 6, tests allies and enemies, 7, approach to the inmost cave. That's a very significant step in my opinion. 8, the ordeal, obviously a very big step. 9, the reward, where you seize the sword. 10, the road back. 11, the resurrection. And 12, return with the elixir. You bring back all the wisdom and the power and the knowledge that you gleaned in the journey to share, to elevate the experience of others, right? And in turn, to integrate more of the wisdom and the lessons and the value of all that you've just been through as the marrow of your life experience before you go on another hero's journey story arc, right? We want to integrate it first. I'm in a process of integrating myself. So I did put up on the screen this time a more detailed description for now of the step 2 in the hero's journey, the call to adventure. And the call to adventure is the first step in the hero's journey, a narrative framework popularized by Joseph Campbell. We can call it step 1 or step 2. In Joseph Campbell's work, I've seen the first step mostly being, recognizing that you're in an ordinary world, that you are in sleepy land, that you are in a place of the familiar. So to me, step 2 really begins the actionable step where you answer the call to adventure. You've heard the call to adventure. So let's say this again. The call to adventure is the first step in the hero's journey, a narrative framework popularized by Joseph Campbell. This stage occurs early in the story when the hero is presented with a challenge or opportunity that disrupts their ordinary world. This call can come in various forms, such as a direct request, a sudden event, or a realization of a need. The call to adventure serves as the catalyst that propels the hero into the unknown, setting the stage for their journey and their transformation. It's a crucial moment that marks the beginning of the hero's quest. Very, very powerful, this call to adventure. And we've all been called. We all incarnated in this lifetime. We were called. That was perhaps heeding the call to be here. And if you're here, there are other calls to adventure where we're called to go into deeper and deeper layers of self-discovery and on the journey to answer this direct request, or this to respond to this sudden event, right? This trigger, this catalyzing episode in our lives, this circumstance, or the realization of a need. So I appreciated that description because it just brings greater clarity into what we're talking about and the journeys that many of us are on. And with that said, remember I was spotlighting in the big picture review this theme of perception. And there's that phrase, perception is everything, right? Perception is everything. Here's an exercise that I'm going to read something to you on the screen, and I want you to just feel it for a second. And just know that in the background, there's this, I want to bring us back to this awareness of perception and how powerful perception is in our life experiences right now, and how we have the power to choose our perceptions. That's really where the power is. So, this is a poem called Lost Generation by Jonathan Reed. I am a part of a lost generation, and I refuse to believe that I can change the world. I realize this may be a shock, but true happiness comes from within is a lie, and money will make me happy. So, in 30 years, I will tell my children they are not the most important thing in my life. My employer will know that I have my priorities straight because work is more important than family. I tell you this, once upon a time, families stayed together, and this will not be true in my era. This is a quick fix society. Experts tell me 30 years from now, I will be celebrating the 10th anniversary of my divorce. I do not concede that I will live in a country of my own making. In the future, environmental destruction will be the norm. No longer can it be said that my peers and I care about this earth. It will be evident that my generation is apathetic and lethargic. It is foolish to presume that there is hope. It's not very uplifting, is it? That is a perception. That is that glass half empty. That is the world is in chaos and crisis. That is that negative lens on life, right? That person is pretty downtrodden. You can feel it in their words and in their language. But let's have a moment and let's ask ourselves, what if we looked at this poem from another perspective, from a different lens? Is there a different way of perceiving that poem? What if we believe that nothing is what it seems, right? What if we believe that nothing is what it seems? And I'm now going to read this very same poem from the bottom to the top to shift the perception. And the last line of the poem before I read from bottom to the top is all of that I read to you just moments before. All of this will come true unless we choose to reverse it. This lost generation poem, right, where he describes himself as being part of a lost generation. Let's reverse the way we read this poem from the bottom to the top. There is hope. It is foolish to presume that my generation is apathetic and lethargic. It will be evident that my peers and I care about this earth. No longer can it be said that environmental destruction will be the norm. In the future, I will live in a country of my own making. I do not concede that 30 years from now, I will be celebrating the 10th anniversary of my divorce. Experts tell me this is a quick fix society, but this will not be true in my era. Families stayed together once upon a time. I tell you this, family is more important than work. I have my priorities straight because my employer will know that. They are not the most important thing in my life. So in 30 years, I will tell my children money will make me happy is a lie, and true happiness comes from within. I realize this may be a shock, but I can change the world, and I refuse to believe that I am part of a lost generation. How powerful is that to read it top down and feel the low frequencies, and then read it from the bottom back up to the top and it flips everything? Isn't that what Source is doing right now with our creation? Isn't that what's happening on the earth with the old systems crumbling and the new systems rising? We have to have this awareness that our perception is everything because our perception is our vibration, and our vibration is creating our reality. So if we are living a life from this poem from the top down, we can feel pretty alone. We can feel pretty downtrodden. We can feel depressed or sad or lost and without hope. But if we read this poem and we apply it to our life, that we are turning everything around, we are fusing our words and our actions and our passion projects and what we focus on and how we perceive things with the living light inside us, that is, we are stepping up to be the avatar of our experience. We are the hero in our own journey that's alchemizing the darkness in this poem top down to the light, which is down to the top, right? So I think that is such a powerful poem that Jonathan Reed created. And I love people who are smart and artists and out of the box thinkers, and they could do things like this, because artists are what change perception. I love when artists create because they offer us different ways to view the mundane. So powerful. We need alternate ways of perceiving so we can go on a journey to discover the absolute truth. Dr. Terry Cole Whitaker, I just posted her podcast today. We are talking about being human or living pendulums, but she talks about the difference between subjective truth and absolute truth, which is like God's truth or source truth, right? We are all here to rediscover the truth of God's creation and the truth of who you are. Okay, with that said, I have several songs. They're short, but there's several songs. So thank you for visiting with me to this point. If you would like to, I'm going to offer up some more Color the Magic soul songs that are for the hero's journey. I will also post the songs in a playlist and then individually on the Color the Magic channel. And I will post them and share them as one playlist also on my Substack, which I will leave a link for that below, because that's where I'm going to be posting. That's where I'm communicating with my Frequency Writer subscribers. It's going to come through the Substack mailer. Look for that in your inbox. If you're not subscribed to that, you can subscribe here. I'll put the link in the video and the link in the description of the video, and come subscribe, because I think Substack is going to be a much better venue for me than what MailChimp has been for many years. I'm ready for the change. It's time of change, right? So here we go. Here's the first song in this series of new Color the Magic soul songs to empower you in your hero's journey. Okay, and so here we are for the first song in this new series of soul songs through Color the Magic. It's called The Journey's Call.
Morning light, the dawn's cast, rise and shine on the past. Heart of a lion, bold and true, future bright, just me and you. Stepping stones, one by one. Hero's heart, the race is run. Trust in dreams, let them flow. Sky's the limit, watch you grow. Be the change, light the way. August shines, make it sway. Live your future life today. Bold and strong in every play. Faith that change, light the way. August shines, make it sway. Heart, a guiding star. Hero's journey never far. Thriving power, bold as gold. Write the stories yet untold. Trust in you, you're the key. Open doors, wild and free. Rise above the rest. Live your dreams, give your best. Be the change, light the way. August shines, make it sway. Live your future life today. Bold and strong in every play.
It's a beautiful song. I love that. Live your future life today, right? So powerful. That is definitely something that I've been aware of And I think the hero's journey is calling us into, we're going to discover more of how to do that. We're going to uncover the soul skills inside us and live those more, embody those more so they're not outside of us, they're not in front of us. We're not waiting for them to find us. We are living our future life today in the now vibrationally. Very, very powerful. This next song is called Divine Protection because as storms blow through, there are times we are praying and calling in this awareness of God and our angels and our council of guides protecting us in these times. I mean, these are epic shifts on the planet of a size and magnitude that's tough to language. So I really love that we have a song now to fortify us and call in and celebrate and honor that request and that desire for divine protection and know that every prayer is answered, that we are divinely directed and divinely protected.
Archangel Michael's light shines in the darkest night. Leaders filled with courage bright, building strong foundations tight. Strength in armor we wear, God's light in the air. Awareness pure and fair, discernment's gentle care. Hero's journey we embrace, shifts of ages move in place. High vibration, shield of grace, in divine protection we find our space. Stellar dreams we reach so high, underneath the cosmic sky. With a purpose bold we try to soar where eagles fly. Light and love we always show, in the darkness we will glow. Guided by the truth we know, in our hearts the seeds we sow. Hero's journey we embrace, shifts of ages move in place. High vibration, shield of grace, in divine protection we find our space. Hero's journey we embrace, shifts of ages move in place. High vibration, shield of grace, in divine protection we find our space. Hero's journey we embrace, shifts of ages move in place. High vibration, shield of grace, in divine protection we find our space.
So beautiful, that energy of divine protection. Not just any protection, but divine protection, which also invites us to be in a different vibrational space inside ourselves. When we pray and we call that in and we know that it's granted and we feel so supported and loved and guided and protected and in all these ways that we're going to receive whatever information that we need to know. We're going to be guided. We're going to be guided from within. But that divine protection is beautiful. And when it's in a song, I know that the guides a long time ago talked about affirmations can be powerful, but affirmations that are sung, it amplifies the intention. It amplifies the energy that you're requesting or desiring. So again, we want to be aware of the power of words and the power of sound. We're creator beings. We create with sounds and words. If we're using those sounds and we're empowering those sounds to manifest intentionally exactly what we want, then we could be receiving everything that we need, and we are the creator of that experience. So powerful. Okay, this next song, I have two songs about the Lions Gate in this lineup. This is the first Lionsgate 2024 song for Color the Magic. Have a listen.
Powerful shifts rising, new energies in the air. Be strong, be bold, be you. We thrive without a care. Old patterns we release, feel the new world unfold. Inspiring and free, grab tight to what we hold. Lions Gate, we walk through, hearts full of might and roar, making a difference true, empowered evermore. In August, field of fire, change is our steady guide. Stand tall, fulfill desire, in unity we ride. Embrace the light inside, shine like the stars above. From dark we will not hide, express our endless love. Strong as lions we stand, with courage in our eyes. New age within our hands, beneath these shifting skies. Lions Gate we walk through, hearts full of might and roar, making a difference true, empowered evermore. Lions Gate we walk through, hearts full of might and roar, making a difference true, empowered evermore. Lions Gate we walk through, hearts full of might and roar, oh, oh, making a difference true, empowered evermore. Empowered evermore. In August, feel the fire, change is our steady guide. Stand tall, fulfill desire, in unity we ride.
That's so powerful. That image of that lion on the screen, so bold, so powerful, so fierce, so aware, so strengthened and fortified by source. Yeah, we're walking through that Lions Gate. We're in those energies now, and we'll be in those energies throughout the remainder of August. And for me, I'm a Leo. I'm a fire sign, but I will carry that lion energy with me and roar through the rest of the year, and reminding me to step up, be bold, right? Self express, be authentic, be who we are, discover who we are, keep seeking. We can be the spiritual seekers who seek to understand the truths beyond all the deceptions we've been fed, not just this lifetime, but collectively over all of our lifetimes here. So we're going to need that kind of strength and bravery and courage and fortitude to keep going forth, right, in our journeys, knowing that a lot of the things that we may have believed in, remember there's a lie in the word belief. We want to imagine, I've been thinking about what are the synonyms for the word belief and believe, because I've loved those words, right? They've always felt very good to me. But when I discovered, and somebody else pointed out to me, I didn't figure it out, that there's the word lie inside belief. I want to go to a thesaurus and play around with what are some other great descriptive words that can replace belief. I don't want to lie in my beliefs. I want to feel empowered, and I want to create with my knowings, with my imagination, with my power as a creator being. So I love the energy of August. I love the energy of the Lion's Gate. We're all being fortified and empowered to step up and into this new timeline, this new cycle, go beyond the precipice, step into those stones in the fog in whatever ways that you safely feel guided to do that, right? But what we're talking about today is to go where we haven't gone before, to explore deeper, farther, in a richer, more meaningful way. And the lion is going to be helping us with that, and also bringing probably things up for revelations. That's also the power of lion and communication. Communication and relationships are definitely being spotlighted this month. So the next song is Song of the Free. You just listen to these lyrics.
Paint the sky with colors bright. Feel the power deep inside. Rise up, let your spirit fly. Show the world you're alive. Sing the song within your heart. Find the light is where you start. Every day a brand new part. Step by step, play your part. We rise, we thrive. Together we light up the night. We rise, we thrive. Our spirits soaring high. Express your gifts, let them shine. You are magic, you are divine. Feel the rhythm, break the line. In this world you're designed. Artists of authenticity, living life with clarity. Whole and rising, we will see a symphony of being free. We rise, we thrive. Together we light up the night. We rise, we thrive. Our spirits soaring high. Spirits soaring high.
I love that song, Song of the Free. I love those lines. There's many lines in that song that I really like in the lyrics. The Song of the Free, we rise, we thrive. Of course, we could stand to sing that a few times every single day. I love that artist of authenticity, right? There were many, many, many sound frequencies and energies, empowering frequencies in that song. One of my favorites, Song of the Free. The next one is Shine Your Light. Shine your light. Let's listen to this song because that's what we're doing in the hero's journey.
Rise and shine today. Feel the energy flow. Vibrations the way. Let your spirit glow. We rise, we thrive, we beam. Shine bright just like a dream. Creative step into the light. Show your gifts, take flight. Mind and soul align. Builders call to start. Truth and gifts combine. We rise, we thrive, we beam. Shine bright just like a dream. Creative step into the light. Show your gifts, take flight. Of heart, mind and soul align. Builders call to start. Truth and gifts combine. We rise, we thrive, we beam. Shine bright just like a dream. Creative step into the light. Show your gifts, take flight. Time to be your truth. No limits, no disguise. Feel the power of youth. Love and light that rise. We rise, we thrive, we beam. Shine bright just like a dream. Creative step into the light. Show your gifts, take flight.
I love that. Creative, step into the light, show your gifts and take flight. So powerful. I think this is a time, this renaissance that's playing out now. The seeds of the renaissance and these changes are happening now. And I think there's this energy, there's this universal impulse, there's this energy within the hero's journey that are calling us in the call to adventure to go on the journey and uncover and cultivate and unearth inside ourselves these gifts that want to step into the light. So powerful. Shine your light. Shine your light. Okay, the next one is the second Lionsgate song number 2.
August brings the fire, lions roaring strong, bravery the anthem, truth we sing along, revelations glowing in the summer breeze, heroes find their journey, sailing through the seas. Remember who you are, shine like the morning star, magical summer light, faith lighting every night. Integrate the power, sun within your soul, hold the heart that beats now to complete the whole. Light and darkest tower, we are the mighty sun, power surges through veins now, the journey just begun. Remember who you are, shine like the morning star, magical summer light, faith guiding every night. Integrate the power, sun within your soul, bold the heart that beats now to complete the whole. Light and darkest hour, we are the mighty sun, power surges through veins now, the journey just begun. Remember who you are, shine like the morning star, magical summer light, faith guiding every night.
I love that song and I love that call out. Remember who you are. This Lionsgate. Remember who you are. That's a line, isn't it? In The Lion King. Remember who you are. We're called to discover this, to tune into this, to be this, to really connect with this energy of who you really are. So powerful. So much energy here to support us to do this. Okay, 3 more songs. The next one is a second New Earth Rising song. I had a different New Earth Rising song in the last batch, in the last cluster of soul songs in July. And this is a new one titled New Earth Rising.
World is changing, feel the tide, see the light that's seeking you. Expand your vision, open wide, see the bigger picture too. Time to be the change we crave, let the old world fade away. Hearts united, strong and brave, rise to face a bright new day. New earth rising, can't you see? Open arms and let it be. Stand together, we are one, underneath the shining sun. Shadows of the past, build a future built to last.
Great song, huh? I love that version of New Earth Rising. Every lyric in there just gets me jazzed and so pumped up to embrace this time and to seek the change and be the change that we're seeking and seek the light that's seeking us. There's so many powerful reminders in there. And again, I'm going to be listening to this playlist myself over the next couple of weeks, and we'll build like several playlists that we can go to as, something to elevate our frequencies as more storms and kind of the dematerialization of the old world are happening. We can be playing music like this and blissing out. What is Joseph Campbell all about? Following our bliss. Music helps us to do that. Okay, two more songs. This one is called Rise Up.
Tall, rise up now. Feel the change within. Power in the way you move. Transform from deep down. Perception shift in waves. Vibrations lifting high. Open up yourself to see courage in your eyes. Rise up, fly higher, aerial view so grand. Big picture in your hands, together we will stand. Test of faith we face, each moment holds a key. Awareness brings us strength, in unity we'll be. Living life with purpose, see it through the storm. Every heartbeat counts, together staying warm. Rise up, fly higher, aerial view so grand. Big picture in your hands, together we will stand. Rise up, fly higher, aerial view so grand. Big picture in your hands, together we will stand.
Beautiful. That song, Rise Up, it included energies about perceptions. It's talking about rising up. It's talking about standing together. It's talking about many things of personal empowerment in the hero's journey. Great song. I love that, Rise Up. And now for the last one. It's not the ultimate Color the Magic song. I'm playing around with some possibilities as I create on the platform of Suno. But this was one I thought I would share. It's the beginning one, and I'm sure I'll have many more Color the Magic songs that it generates until I find the one that will go in the musical, right? So have a listen to Color the Magic, a theme song for these times.
Color the magic in the heart so bold. With dreams we're crafting, let the stories unfold. Rise with the morning, feel the golden light. In every heartbeat, we soar in new heights. Sing your song loud, thrive in your art. Express your gifts proud, let it flow from the heart. Artists united in truth and in grace. Life is a canvas, paint your own place. Artists united in truth and in grace. music and hope. We're rising today. Every voice matters in this beautiful ballet. Sing your song loud, thrive in your art. Express your gifts proud, let it flow from the heart. Authentic and whole, we're rising today. Every voice matters in this beautiful ballet. Let it flow from the heart.
Okay, that was wonderful. All of those songs, I think, are here to empower us in these next stages of our journeys, no matter where we are in the hero's journey, no matter what stage and phase we might be experiencing. The hero's journey just gives us a language of what we're all going through, but it's kind of a universal language of a universal story. And then you add that extra layer of ascension on top of that and change on an epic scale. It helps to have these songs to sing through our challenges, but also sing through our successes and our celebrations. So I love that Color the Magic song that's talking to artists, that's asking us to express our gifts, to sing it out loud, and to let it flow from our hearts. So powerful. And I hope you enjoyed these songs today. And so here we are with the same slide as the last time, but this whole iceberg living, I think, is something that's a really good metaphor for right now because we're all coming into this wholeness. We're all integrating so much inside us. There's no more losing in the illusion. There's no more colluding with the illusion if we choose to not collude any longer. It's time to win in the vibration of creation and God's true timeline. It's time to reclaim our talents, our gifts, our strength, our fortitude, our faith, our light, joy, and divine health and wealth. This is our hero's journey. So, with that said, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for joining me today. You can visit with me at frequencywriter.com. I'm actually going to put in the description section below, I need to get a new slide that includes the Substack. But I will include that on the screen here in this video. And then you'll also see it where you can click the link below this video and go to my Substack. You could subscribe. I'm going to post things there. A lot of the posts that I will make there will have the videos that you're seeing here on YouTube and on other social media platforms. But I may periodically post in there things that don't go out to YouTube. So if you can and you desire to, please subscribe at substack.com. I think it's frequencywriter.substack.com. And I invite you to visit with me on other social media platforms. You can find me at Marie Mohler, Frequency Writer, or Whole Soul Mastery. Join us at Whole Soul School and Foundation on YouTube, as well as on our website. You can visit with us on many other social media platforms, including listening platforms or audio streaming, including Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, and platforms like that. If you'd like to hear more about sound money or God's money and options for you to access this, send me an email at frequencywriter@gmail.com and let's connect. I want to thank you for joining me today. Until the end, please subscribe, like, and share this video. And I thank you for visiting with me. And I'll see you again soon for more inspirational podcasts, messages, music, and musings. And remember that together we rise. Blessings, everyone. I'll see you soon.